Stream is looking healthy. That's good. Alright, let's rock it. And roll it. So we've got this spawner here that is spawning our enemies, which is what we want. So if we come here, we've got these 5 enemies that are spawned. This one sees us, so he starts attacking. So that's good. But is that really what we want? Let's make a new level. This will be level playground. And let's open that up. And then it's all dark and stuff. So we only want to add the environment light mixer, out the height map, then go to landscape. Just want a small landscape. I'll just create that. It's there. Cool. So if I select and play on this, it's all wrong. So let's go to world settings, sandbox. Don't crash on me. There we go. Save it before we get a crash. Where? Why's my camera inside my butt? Yeah, all of that's fine. The camera shouldn't use the game mode. PC sandbox, GM sandbox. What is that? It's the Android game functionality. This will possess a character. It's the next character. Okay. So if I just do same thing. Never seen that before. Right, okay. Sandbox character. On construction, it's not doing anything, which is good. So then we move down to here, it's not doing anything. It's also good. And then the camera should automatically be set up. Our character, just lift this up. But then it puts the camera inside my player. The hell? Bring on. Okay. Let's see CBP. Spring arm. Attach that to the mesh. And to the root. Still nothing. That's so bizarre. Because if I just go into the random level that is created, then it's all fine. What? Is there something in this level blueprint that changes something? Other than this, which I can copy. And the old databases, that's gross. But there's no reason that should affect the camera. So what's affecting the camera in another level? That is all that here. Wait a sec. Wait a second. We're looking for the world settings. So here. Oh, there it is. VP third person game mode. Wait, there we go. Beautiful. Right, let's do some blockouts for what we want. What's going on here? Beautiful. Right, let's do some blockouts. Sweet. Okay, so we're going to block out a bit of a level to see what we're working with. I want it to be sort of like a Soulsy type level before we do anything else. So to mess with the scale, that'll do. I want to be forced down this path. Start it. Yeah, start it there. Go here. And let's put a player start. Player start. So we want to be forced down this path down here. And keep going this way. And then have some treasure cells in here. Say that this is like a prison. Flip this round. And let's make this a bit bigger. Too big. In here. And then we'll duplicate that and shove that at the back just there. Only rough. So then I want the spawner. So our BP enemy spawner is here. get the details for that, get the spawn trigger. I'm going to move the spawn trigger and make it taller so they can't jump up it, and wider so they can't get around it. But then I only want the spawner to stay static. Okay, that's really annoying. The spawn trigger to move here. And then the enemy that spawns here will be melee of type werewolf, and there'll be like one of them, and they'll be unarmed. So we'll play here, do this, nothing happens. Why does nothing happen? Enemy melee. Okay, so that triggers. You know why nothing happens? Because there is no nav mesh. Nav mesh balance volume. Let's go. So I want to do that over there. Like that. And then shrink it a little bit on this side. On this side. We'll draw that here. Right. So now when we play, it should spawn nothing. What the hell? Okay. So we know that spawn's triggering. Let's check out what's going on here. Do this. Turn 0. Turn 0. So it should spawn something. Enemy melee class. Spawn this. Should spawn werewolf. But it's definitely spawning. But it's not available. Why? What if I change this to 2? What happens then? Spawns twice, but you don't know where. Sorry, what? What? That's so weird. Saying that it's spawning, but there's nothing actually happening. Make sure that that's touching the floor. Play from here. Spawn yes, spawn yes. Nothing happens. Oh, why is it gotta be like that? Why is it gotta do? Why is Unreal gonna do Unreal things? Right, enemy spawn. All of this is fine. All of this is fine. Let's just spawn 1 to check that it's not the loop. No. Do it? Why? Why are you being like that? So even if it's not active, it should always spawn enemy base. But let's just get the actor location. And still not spitting out what it should be. That's the nav mesh, which is fine. This spawner. Should be alright. Like, it's got a data table. It's got the enemies in. The werewolves there. The stances there. It's got the enemy melee in there as well. So, like, it all should. No, it shouldn't be on begin play. It should just be on overlap. Although now you've got me darting it. Yeah, no. And the trigger recognizes the player. So if we add a breakpoint here, which triggers, so I know it's getting past this point because it's returning true that the overlap is the player. So I know it's getting to here. And I know it's getting here, and it's finding the melee class, and it's getting the location, and it's getting the correct data table. So it's getting the data table for the enemies and the werewolf, and it's getting the stance one that we've set. But it's just spawning. It's not what? It's not even spawning. Like, it says that it spawns, but there's no. There's nothing in the actual level. It should. Okay, yeah, no, that's a good point. Collision, handling, override, always spawn in all collisions. It's worth trying. Oh man, what? God damn it! Nice. And there's our werewolf. Hey, I don't know why you're paying me. I should be paying you. That was a good catch. Right, okay, so that does that, and then we connect all this loop back again, and this back again. God damn it! Such a silly thing to miss. And then now, take this breakpoint away, and now we have two enemies. So there's a problem here that I don't want their things to be until they actually see me. So that's an easy fix. So we get enemy base. And wait, that's health bar. We'll make that invisible. And then it's part of blocking. I was blocking. I was saying block. That would make sense as to why they're doing that. As part of not death. When they see the player, I need to change this to an interface as well. This doesn't need to be a cast. Just check the enemy AI controller. See what's going on in the AIC. So here we handle the sense site. We set the state as attacking. Do I use state machines for AI? State machines or behavior trees? No. I use this one's using behavior trees, and then state trees would be probably what you mean by state machines. State When you say state machines for AI, do you mean like their actual movements or uh their attacks and stuff? Because for their movements, I'm using the same setup as I use for the player. So I just want to add in a new event dispatcher here. So yeah, these use behavior trees to do what they want. But there is the new system of state trees, behavior states. I honestly don't know what to call it. On player scene. So I need to call that. And then we'll add a boolean here. Looper, hey, how are you doing, my friend? Player scene. And we'll change that so we call it here to say that the player is not seen. And then we'll go back to set status attacking. And then on player scene. Say yes, that is true. So now in enemy base, just here, on player scene, so we'll bind to this. We'll just create an event down here, and this will be on player scene events. This will just get the health bar and change the visibility. Set visibility. So just change visibility of the health bar when enemy sees player. So now we should spawn these enemies there. Why are you not spawning, bro? That's good, man. You got any nice plans? What's your weekend plans? Event on C. Just 2 seconds. So now we have this that spawn. Okay, sweet. So these guys do spawn, and then they should disappear, but they don't. So is that... It's because they see... Okay. But then they stay angry. Like the finals, the finals video game, like the first person Apex type Call of Duty finals video game. I haven't actually played that. Here, like, just no time, man. No time for anything. On player scene. Oh, nice. Is it good? Do you recommend it? Should I stop playing Unreal and try and become a finals god? Set state as attacking. Set state as passive. Set state is seeking. But it never does anything. But what happens when you're seeking but don't do anything? So then we should just call on player scene here and untick it. Ah, okay. My game of choice in terms of like shooters and running gun things was Apex, and that game was. I thought I was good, and then I took a little while off, came back, and I'm pretty sure I got lasered by every 10-year-old who'd been playing since I'd been off. Like, the drop off and then coming back is intense. Just make sure that this is true. They see me, they run towards me. This triggers, sweet. And then it drops off. Ah, you can't hate it. What? No, surely not. These guys aren't going anywhere. Why didn't you like Apex, man? What was the crack with Apex? Seeking. Enemy spawner, enemy base. Behavior tree. Used to play COD Mobile, but since you got your PC, started loving the finals. That's fair, man. I think everyone's got a game that they just gravitate to. That's sort of the beauty of games and stuff in it. Like I say, mine was Apex, but on the console, and then I put so much time into the Division. It was pretty bad. Like during COVID, just so much time into the Division. And then the Descendants was one that came out recently. Put a lot of time into that. Set to passive, set to investigating, set to seeking. What does it do? It goes to the last known location, but it can't go to last known location because like it just can't, because like, it can't get there. And then it seeks around the point of interest, but it can't get to the point of interest. Used to play Star Citizen. I don't think I've ever played that game or have heard about it or looked it up. What was the premise of Star Citizen? Is that like Command and Conquer? Point of focus. There's focus and set state as passive. I think that this behavior tree is gonna freak out. Lobbies full of pro players, didn't last 5 minutes. I mean, a game's got to be fun, right? Are you talking about Star Citizen or just any of the other? And there it is. There's the freak out because it can't go anywhere. Just move to doesn't have a valid point. Okay. Well, at least we know where it's broken. Apex. That's fair. How do we check if move to is valid? Ooh. Wow. A whole star system with one loading screen. That's impressive. Is that like that sounds like EVE Online, which I just imagine takes people's entire life as a game. It just seems so big. Quick focus, move to sprint in. And then this isn't valid, so this is broken. Which we don't want. Message retracted, what have you done? Do you say a naughty word? In the bot guy. Very similar, but FPS. That's fair. Yeah, I think I'm too obsessive to start playing another game. Like I would drop everything and try and become like the ultimate space pirate. And yeah, I just couldn't. I don't think anyone would be happy about that, including my missus. Who was like, "How long have you been playing the Division?" And I said, It's been 48 hours." And she said, "What have you done about work?" I'm like, "I wiggled my mouse." And that was the story. She's like, "You probably need to stop playing." I was like, "Yeah, probably." Set movement speed, sprint in. This point of interest thing, you can't really use it because it's move to. So we might need to make a new task for move to point of interest, which feels really silly because that thing already exists. What game doesn't want all your money though? That's the that is the thing, right? It's these tasks. Task BTT. You're starting to learn Unreal Engine, Gasp project, and how to add own animations, etc. Yeah, man, it's one of those that it seems to be. I don't know if it's the future because they didn't push it too much in the latest updates and that, but it was big when they released it, and I like it. So move to location, check. So we want a receive execute and finish execute, and we want a abort execute, event receive abort, no, abort execute, finish abort. It's not well, how to work on this feature. It's so hard to learn. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Nixmo is so good. Yeah, for free until you realize that some of the animations there are just plain bad. Uh, yeah, they're a good starting point. Don't get me wrong, but they aren't. They are not the epitome that they think they are. There are definitely a lot of people who. 2 secs. Someone's at the door. And we are back. Yeah. The old school methods are better. There are a lot of tutorials about it, and I'm doing it for fun with a friend at night when we have nothing to do. Yeah, so Gasp is new, and I would say because it's so new, like tutorials on it aren't around as much. So if you want to move quicker, then yeah, you should use state machines because there's so many tutorials about them. I like your character. I think it's got a cool vibe, Danny. Like just the way it moves and stuff. Right, what am I doing? Oh, I've forgotten everything about behavior trains. First target is a blackboard key. Right, okay, no, I think I remember. We need a blackboard key. Is it a blackboard key selector? Yeah, blackboard key selector. What do you mean you're lost in your character? I can tell. Yeah, your character is very much like Death Stranding PS1 vibes. I like it. It's a good time to get it. Get Blackboard Vector as well. You're doing too much. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. So that they're getting stuck here because this move to point is impossible to reach. Like it just is. So we leave the area, we leave this nav mesh area by standing here, and they can't get to here to investigate. So we need a way of getting them to be around here. So I think we can just get a random, just get a radius like this, pass that in, and say AI move to. The owner of this would be working on manga in English means comic, and I am the producer line, the story and the storytelling and everything. And as I am at school, like career school. Yeah, no, I feel that. Yeah, my juggling school and stuff is tough, man. Like I've got a uni assignment due soon. Just don't want to deal with it. No, English is fine. The focus target is this. Want to get the receive execute. Have I put in the wrong one? Have, because I'm a numpty. How did that go? Is that your first interview like ever coming to the job market, or is that like a first interview of a company? Like interviews are scary, man. Like I hope it went well for you. How do you feel it went? Hi, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Compile that, and now, rather than using this move to, we're going to use our new move to create a new task. Just want the move to location check. Point of interest, it'll be point of interest. I'm going to break this node. And then nice, man. Nice, congratulations. That's awesome. That's good. Asus.com, thank you for joining us. What am I actually doing? Right now, I'm trying to make my enemies so they don't freak out when I leave this. We're doing some block out stuff. We've got most of our project going using game animation sample projects. All our enemies use game animation sample project, and come on, go search. So yeah, most of our enemies are using Gasp system, and now we're just blocking out a bit of a level, having a bit of a level design, and just chilling out, man. Just relaxing. I would be if I could get this to do what I actually wanted to do. Get blackboard value as vector. Yeah, point of interest. Get random or reachable point in radius. Let's check where it's getting stuck. I'm pretty sure it's still getting stuck here. Here's our dude. He runs towards us. Can't get anywhere. Should go passive in a sec. It does. Moves to the location check, which is here. And then doesn't leave. Doesn't fail, doesn't do anything. So let's figure out what's going on. So if I put a massive nav mesh on here, like it'd all be fine, but I want them to be restricted to a certain zone. So it finds the melee class. That's all fine. It gets a destination. Key name is point of interest. Yeah. So it pulls out that data. It pulls out that data, so that's cool. Is it finishing or is it aborting? It's aborting. But it never goes anywhere else. Yeah, it might not be. I'm trying to see if I can force it. Like, because it should just be finishing on fail. In fact, I bet if I just do that, it'll go to the next one. Zero, did you work on any full games? No, not yet. This is a commission from someone that is paying me money, and I thought I'd stream it so they can see the progress that we're making. We will try smaller after I try this. So that hits that. Ah, there we go. Now he's searching around. He just seems to like to go to these two places. Why does he go to those two places? Bring out. Let's try smaller, like you suggested. Yeah, I mean, I've worked on some games with a couple of mates to do like game jams that are available online. I think we do a game jam like every 3 months just to see how far we've come. So the first one we did after 6 months, that was like a walking simulator. It was quite an ambitious project to say we've only been doing it like three months. But I think anyone should do a game jam because like they show you the stuff that you don't know that you don't know. Okay, so that's fine. Yep, yep. I think it'd be fine, mate. Like, even if you don't finish it, like you'll learn something, like of the stuff that you don't know. So, like for me, I had no idea how to put like my own voice lines and stuff in there. So I learned that super quickly because it was like a major part of my thing. And then for the second one, it doesn't have to be. You don't like competitive stuff. It just doesn't have to be competitive. Like I thought you can just do it for fun. But for me, the second one was like, okay, now I know a bit more about stuff. Why didn't that trigger? AM. I disagree, my friend. Like, I think you'll get a lot of experience from doing game jams. But it's like you know you best, right? If you only want to work on the game that you want to work on, then that is perfectly fine. That bar, there we go. He's like, who are you? Um, but I was happy to see what I knew. Damn, son, wrecked me. That's good. Yeah, I was happy to see what I knew and what I didn't know, and that was more important to me. That second one and the third one especially really opened my eyes about working in a team and what that looked like and how well people work together and the downsides but also the good sides on that. And then like sound design and visual effects and stuff, like they really sell a game more than I thought so. So the first one had a decent music track, and then the second one had some cool like enemy designs and stuff. But then the third one we threw it all together, and like the sound and the footsteps and everything was there. It was really good, and the menus and stuff were there too. Yeah, I mean, I'm it is a lot of work. I'm not gonna tell you that it's easy, but like nothing that was worth doing was easy, right? And I'm a big believer in the fact that knowledge shouldn't be hoarded. I think that everyone should have an equal opportunity to do the thing that they like. That's why, like, I don't have a Patreon and I don't do all this other stuff because I don't want to get. I'm not trying to get rich. I'm quite happy with the money and stuff that we've got, and I think people should be able to. Like, if the information's out there, then it's your choice if you want to better yourself, right? Like, to be able to do whatever. Like, so for instance, I'm at university now as well as work and stuff, and like my work pays for me to go to school, which is great. I'm lucky to have that opportunity, but the cost of that is insane for the normal person. Like, I would never be able to afford that without my work paying for it, and that's just to better myself in the job that I'm doing. Like, how does that make any sense that to increase my life, I have to pay like 9 or 10 grand to do that? It's just nuts. Yeah, man, I do enjoy. I enjoy game dev. It's awesome to chat to like awesome people too. Like when you're doing this solo and stuff, you sort of a bit more alone. But if you join this and you can now speak to people and speak to other devs and see what everyone's up to, so that's like super cool. And I often get super distracted too. So we're just blocking out this wall. And then we want some level block traversals. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I mean, I hope everyone achieves what they set out to achieve. Snap in here. So we want this to be about here so that they can't leave this room. So once you leave this room, they're not going to follow you. Then I want another one in this room so that they can't leave this room. And then we duplicate some of these, lift them up. We can create a bit of a puzzle platform over here. But now I'm purely just messing around because I suck at level design. if you see on my channel, there's absolutely no level design on there at all. So I thought, you know what, let's try and do something to see what we're actually capable of. Turns out I can't make a traversal puzzle. Right, there's no run up there. Can I just... Yeah. They can. Yeah. They can do, right, super simple ones, sort of this and this and this they'll be able to do. I need to fix that, that is a bug. But there we go. They would have to be programmed properly to do this. They can, like, jump great distances. So if I do a... right, first off, I would have to make this nav mesh bigger. So it needs to cover this. Why is it not covering this? But I could do... Where is it? Navlink proxy, that's what I want. Yellow tape. To indicate that people can climb on things. Does that go into that? Yeah. So if I put an enemy in here, turn him towards me, and then play from here, he should not do that. Well, that's embarrassing. He should be programmed to jump. I can't remember if it's him or somebody else. I think is... I want to just test if I've got the sides correct. Let's turn him around so you can see me. Kind of, but not really. He should be able to climb up here. Not another mesh on. Oh, there is. He's very confused. But kind of. He's a bit, he's not, which is annoying, because it means that These are the points. But why they're not working? Link direction should be both ways. Link enabled, yes. Broadcast channel is porn, yes. Why is he not using these? Okay. We'll come back to that because it's not what I'm trying to do. Trying to make a bit of a puzzle. Oop. The one, like, the most annoying thing about Unreal is the fact that AI needs its nav mesh bound. What, this? They come as a single thing, right? These two things. The point links. So they're just a single blueprint. Like this. They come together and then you select each point that you want and you place them wherever, and that green line is the trajectory that they should jump. From and to. So they all come together. And then once I've figured out how the programming works, because I've forgotten, they will jump around and do the business. Hopefully. I completely forgot. Imagine bravery in the house. No, that's not how we do. You at work? Yeah, man, on a weekend, that sucks. But also, I get it. Hopefully, your day is going okay. Just make this one bigger. There's an option inside the details for these. Well, there should be. There we go. The static mesh. What? Do you mean what's the link? I mean the link here, the jumpy link. It's meant to enable AI to jump from one platform to another. So wherever, because they're not going to be able to get across this, but this means that they can find this and jump from one place to another. Although I have forgotten completely how it works, and I don't want to get super distracted, because I will, in investigating why it's not working as I wanted to. So I will figure it out, and then like do something with it. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it as is. And then these to be a bit bigger. Then finally, oh no, maybe we can do one more. Maybe we could do this. And then this. Make this a bit smaller. Yeah, I mean, it's the link is part of the Unreal package, just nav link proxy. There we go. Let's see if we can. Jumpy. And then Zelda music. Ding. There you go. Dead. Right, sweet. So that is a little bit of a puzzle. Which is good. It's good. And then this can go up here. And then and a one. So this will be a boss room here with the boss in. But I kind of want you to have to unlock a door to create the shortcut to the boss. So maybe we have another room. Oh, AI sucks, mate. Just like, ugh. There's only like a couple of good tutorials on AI, and that's what makes it just really tough. That'll be the end. So we can duplicate that and give it a 90-degree turn. And we've got this room. What you get in here. Twisted Legacy. Do you have any advice for me? Second year in game design and dev uni, can be anything. Don't eat yellow snow. No, that's probably not what you wanted to hear. Game dev advice: cut yourself some slack. It's not going to be finished in a day. It takes time to learn and look backwards as well as forwards. Like the progress that you'll have made without realizing the progress that you make. You should celebrate that. Oh yeah, man. It's a dad joke. It's awful, but it's good. Yeah. Comparison is the thief of joy. Don't compare to other people. It's good advice. Yeah, well, learning just takes time, right? Like, I think you could do most things if you put the time in and learn stuff. So the idea here is that this is the boss room. This door will be locked, and we'll create a path that goes up here and around, and then you can unlock this door, and you shortcut to the boss once you unlock this door. That's the idea. People just tuning into me, twisting blocks and like watching how awful I do game design. I don't know. I don't know what his plans are for this. I just thought rather than have that toy box level, I'd try and do something a little bit extra. But I think he's got some. Yeah, I think he's got. It's an action RPG that he's trying to make. Dude was like, "Can you make it Gasp compatible?" I was like, "Pretty sure I could." Yeah, I did. Over here. What is better than the Witcher demo? I don't know, because I'm a huge fan of the Witcher. No chance it's better than the Witcher demo, man. Like, that had pros working on it. This is just me vibing. I appreciate the sentiment. What should we do over here? This wall should be solid. Here. Here's my little pathway here. This could be like a great hall area. In which case then this will be like a, so this is a prison cell, little armory area. Beds in here, like barracks maybe? Make a trap. Like a homage to my roots. Did you see the last video? There was just 4 blocks, only 4 blocks. I don't think I did. Make a trap. Could do. That might be fun. This is fine. This is fine. This needs a doorway. This is probably too big. How big is this level? Okay, well that seems like a decent enough area. Running along here. Bam, great hall. Shall we make a mimic? That could be a fun thing to do. And bam, boss area. This boss area might be too small actually. We added in all of our other weapon combos, although I didn't add any weapons to them. So now it looks like I'm just punching people. Got this. And this. Okay, cool. Right, so if we do duplicate this nav mesh, put it over here. Yeah, we probably will. I think I got bored of working on the combat stuff, so I Just trying something new. Just something quick. Just until everyone comes back from the shop. Oh mate, not at all. You're not distracted at all, mate. I'm easily distracted. It's literally the reason that I'm having to stream this, so that I can get it done. Gives me some accountability. So that there. 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 Right, let's put. So the enemy spawner goes here, but the spawn trigger goes back here. Like that. So I can't jump over it, but there's no enemies spawned until there needs to be enemies spawned. So it keeps our like CPU usage like really low. And then we want the goblin enemy with melee, and we probably want 5 of them. So now we'll play. Spawn these guys because they see us, but we'll run past them. They drop off you, and then we should have spawned 5 goblin enemies. Which we did, but then they didn't activate their behavior trees. So why is that? That's because they're BP enemy base. They need to be BP enemy melee. And here the baddies come. What buttons I use? Oh, there we go. Might add controller to support to this so that I can actually play it properly. Because at the minute they only do this attack from the front, and really you want it to trace the entire like spear where you swing your sword. The downside is that I can just stand at the door and smack them. So we might fix that. But that would just mean putting a nav mesh over the entire thing. I don't really want to do that. Because they could then all follow me the entire distance. And that seems to be not the way. So that's something to think about. But yeah, we're going to call it there and say thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Lock-ons are good. I don't mind having a lock-on. Difficulty of a lock-on is like, you know, when you're trying to do magic and stuff, like having a lock-on is a bit pants because you want to aim it and it looks a bit better when you aim it. But I've not got a problem with lock-ons for like swords and stuff, and then you turn alongside it. something to think about, but it's beyond the scope of what's been requested. So this might be a nice extra. Yeah, want to call it there. Thank you everyone for joining us. I appreciate all of you, and I hope you have a lovely weekend. We might jump on later and do some more stuff, and hopefully we'll have some proper tutorials as well. So stuff to actually learn, not just chat. Absolute waffle. Have a great day, guys. I appreciate you.